Hey everybody, welcome back to Full Blast Garage. And today we're on the El Camino. We're gonna get this thing in primer, get it all taped off, blow up my Facebook Marketplace paint booth, and we're just gonna get it all down, sprayed in just the highest build epoxy primer, because we got a whole lot of body work to hide. I don't know if y'all watched that last video, but she's got a little bit on her. Not too much, but enough to scare away a lot of people. But hey, we're gonna make this thing one color for the first time probably ever. I don't know, they might have sold this thing with a fender that was a different color, you know, just straight from the dealer. But man, this thing, it's gonna look nice when we got it all one color. I'm gonna go ahead and go through all the taping and all that. You guys don't need to watch that. But if you could, you know, go back, watch that last video. And on this one, you know, take a second to like, comment, subscribe. Really appreciate all the comments, man. It's really cool to go back and forth with you guys. I think this one, you know, as far as having very, very little invested in it, this car is going to come out looking pretty good. I'm excited about it. And, you know, let's just start the process and put this old El Camino on full blast. Oh man, things are progressing. This thing just barely fits in bay one. I don't know if any of y'all have ever had this paint booth. I found it on Facebook Marketplace for $200, and I'm pretty sure it's like an $1,100 job. So we got the El Camino all taped up, tires bagged, motors covered, definitely under this cowl hood right here. Super important area to make sure you get something under there, because you'll blow your gun across that. No matter how many times you cleaned it, something will come out, get in your paint. But all this trim and everything, it's all getting painted. That's why it's not taped off. I want it all body colored. I got the front bumper outside. I think I'll probably just paint it outdoors. Not that big a deal. If it's a small piece, if I get something in it, I can just spray it a little bit again. So I can handle that. And that thing is freaking heavy. I don't know whatever they were putting in them bumpers in the 70s, but good Lord, it's solid steel. So this is gonna be one of the last final shots before we start spraying some color on this thing. Now let's take a look at my paint gun. It's a doozy. Well, about 7 years ago I bought this. Never ended up using it. But it's a discontinued Harbor Freight electric HVLP spray gun. And it's got, you know, a 1.8, a 1.5, and a 1.0 nozzle. Which, man, that's perfect, you know, for what we're spraying. I mean, I'm gonna load this sucker up and let her rip. I mean, I've never used it. Why not use it on the $2,000 El Camino? So go ahead, start putting this thing together. I have no idea what I got to do. So get it on there and let's start mixing some paint. All right, guys. Well, next up, we're going to start mixing our paint. We got these handy dandy Ace Hardware paint cups. And the primer we're going to be using is 4-to-1. So you can just kind of go down the line until you find that'll focus on there. You're 4-to-1. And what that means is you have 4 parts of part A, 1 part B. So you're just going to go ahead and count your 1, 2, 3, and then go up to your 4. So that should be it. 4-to-1. Let's go ahead, get these suckers opened up, mixed, poured. I'm gonna strain it into the spray cup. And also I'm going to use liners in this cup so I don't have to keep cleaning out my cup. Let's get to opening it. See what we got to work with. All right, let's get these things opened up. Start mixing. Oh man, my screwdriver might be too big here. Come on now. There we go. All right, let's get a smaller one. Totally distorting the can there. This should be one of the easier things I'm doing today. And I would go ahead, for what it's worth, give this guy a shake. Try and disperse anything that settled on the bottom kind of back into solution. So our hardener, I'm gonna shoot about 6.5 ounces. All right, that should be good. Lid back on that. This stuff will evaporate. Let's go ahead and open our primer. Before you pour this into your paint cup, make sure you strain it. Whew. She looked like she might have been sitting for a while. Let's go ahead and get our strainer out. So we're set up there to pour. Oh, there's a lot of solids on bottom. I can feel it. I'm gonna stir this stuff for a while. Make sure it gets back into solution. But this is the U-Pole System 20 high build primer. I mean, it was the cheapest thing I found on Amazon. Before I get in there and paint too, I'm gonna put on a Tyvek suit, put on some foot covers, try and give myself heat stroke as quick as way possible. I feel some of the chunkier stuff kind of working its way back in. That's a good sign. I'm gonna grab some cardboard real quick, pour this stuff on. Got some pretty thick paper that I've been using to tape stuff off, so let's use that. Try not to get everything all over the place. Trickiest part, pouring this stuff from the 1 gallon to the 1 quart. All right, we are at the top. I'm gonna go ahead and seal our primer back up. You wanna mix this pretty good. Get that hardener mixed together with the primer, get it catalyzing. This stuff's thinner than I thought it would be. I mean, it's got a decent consistency to it. I don't think the gun's gonna have any problems. I've seen some of this primer be super thick before. All right, now we just gotta transfer it into our cup through our strainer. Somehow the strainer's leaking. That's awesome. All right. And it did catch some chunks in the strainer, so that's a good idea for you to do that. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna wipe that off before it ends up all over me. And get our gun loaded up and get in the booth.
Well, here we go. coming out. It's not great. No, we're not at all. Pretty fine. It's gonna be all over further. I'm gonna hit the rest of the car. It's all good.
Well, guys, I ran 5 quarts through this thing and it is garbage. It spits a lot, doesn't really atomize the paint, but I mean, it did okay. I mean, I got everything painted. This is the stuff I did outside. I mean, it's textured, but I mean, this is a sprayable kind of like filler primer. But it's textured, like highly textured. Nothing we can't sand out. But you can still see a little, just a hair of a low spot. I can sand that out. That's not a big deal. Got a little ding right there. But man, I'm pretty happy. The car's all one color. I'm gonna block it, get it super flat. I mean, as flat as this car can be. And then move on to color, which I don't know if y'all heard, but it's gonna be white. So white will help hide as much of the body work that this thing's had. Got a little bit more where this El Camino badging was that I got to touch up. But I mean, like all down here, all here, there was just kind of like nothing. So I'm pretty much made all that. And it looks decent. Like it flows with the rest of the car. And the roof looks good. Got one little spot where it ran right here. Of course, it's in the spot. It's got the most stuff on it, but if you guys don't remember, the entire cab right here is just gone. This is all fiberglass, filler, even some spray foam back there. But I can sand this. This is an early stage, get it flat. It's gonna look nice. But it's super hard to see, like, it's like almost like spray texture, like what you do with your walls, but not quite that thick, but it's pretty thick. And again, the quarter was gone down here, the entire quarter. So it's back. Tailgate too, all the bottom of it completely gone. And that's all fiberglassed and filled, and it's back. But it's gonna be a little bit of labor. At least I got an air sander, air block sander I can hit most of this thing with before I hit like the tiny spots where I got to do by hand. But I think this thing's gonna turn out well. And all the bed, I'm gonna bed liner it. That, I'm a bed liner up, and I believe even the trim ring around the back window, I'm just gonna bed liner it all. It's all gonna be black. So, Harbor Freight spray gun, don't ever use it. I'm gonna go buy just like a cheap Harbor Freight little HVLP gun Just run my air compressor in here and it'll be fine. It's all one color, but it's got about a day's worth of sanding to do. So there we go. Step whatever this is in the bodywork process of this car. Well guys, I've given the El Camino about, I don't know, not quite 24 hours of dry time. And we got to hit it with the block sander. So I got an air one. If you're going to be doing a whole car, just go ahead and buy one. There's no reason to do this by hand. Pretty happy with the body work, how it turned out. I got one little run right here from painting. I can sand that out, but man, I'm so happy with how this little pillar panel turned out right here. I mean, this thing, you don't remember, I mean, it was gone, that whole section, and it's back, and it looks pretty good. Got a couple little areas I'm gonna hit with Bondo before I even start sanding. I think this stuff's gritty enough to where it'll probably stick no problem, but I got one little spot right there, maybe right here, and here. It's some dips. You can see it, maybe not from the side, but when you're looking straight on at it, you can see it. And I mean, I'm incredibly happy with that. I mean, this whole door was caved in. It slid off a jack and went sideways into the side of a trailer. So I'm happy with that. I'm not any kind of professional body person. Like, getting it to that stage, I'm happy with. But it's all one color. I'm gonna block all the old texture that gun sprayed all over it. Man, don't ever buy one of those. And if you see one, run from it. But I got a feeling that was like, it was dry spraying, I think. It's like, it was spitting, and I think that's dry spraying. I don't know. I could be wrong on that, but got a couple things I'm gonna hit with some Bondo. And we're gonna paint right over the Bondo. There ain't gonna be a whole lot left of it anyways. I mean, and this ain't any kind of show car, so that white paint will cover it up just fine. Especially after you sanded it and got it flat. If you just smeared some Bondo on it and painted it, it'd look like crap. But once, I mean, we're gonna go through this thing probably all the way to 600 grit, and we should be fine. But I'll go ahead and get started on this. And wish me luck. As you can see, things have escalated. So I'm gonna use this as a learning moment. Don't ever use anything from Harbor Freight that's been discontinued, because they sell a lot of junk and they don't discontinue a lot of stuff, but they did this sprayer. So just take it from me. Don't use it. But in the long run, the car is going to look better having all this material on it, and me sanding it off, getting it even smoother. I'm going to go ahead, spray another coat of primer on this. I'm going to get another thing, but not filler primer, just regular primer, and just run through, finish sanding the rest of this thing down, hit it again. I'm gonna finish this side, hit it with some Bondo. There's a few little spots in the back. You can kind of see the dinger there. There's one on this fender right there. I'm gonna go ahead, fill all those, sand the other side, and then come back, flat sand that, and then hit the whole car. I'm on 120 right now. I'll probably hit it with 240 and then respray. That's a good grit to use before you're spraying a primer. If you were doing your final paint, you probably want to run it up to like 600. But as you can see, man, this car, it ain't straight as an arrow, I can tell you that. It looks like one of them arrows that you know, those poor people whittle on Naked and Afraid. That's about as straight as this thing is, but it's gonna look good. I promise you. It's a work in progress, but even with the splatter paint, it looked 100 times straighter and better than it did before. So again, gonna keep continuing to work on this, and I'll give you guys a progress update in a little bit. Well, here we are again after 2 days of block sanding the texture that this crap Harbor Freight paint gun sprayed all over the car. I mean, I got this thing blocked as flat as it's ever gonna be. I mean, and this gallon, I mean, I guess it's 5 quarts of extra material that I put on this car, I think in the long run is gonna help, because I mean, you guys can see how much blue bleed through there still is to get everything flat. And that just kind of tells you like what kind of condition the metal was on this car. But I remember, you know, this was the really bad trouble area, and I think it's gonna come out great. I still gotta wipe this whole thing down with acetone, retape up a few spots, but even my bashed in door, I think it's got a shot of not looking horrible. But I'm gonna go ahead, get this thing wrapped up, get everything taped up again, just do a little touch-up tape, and we're gonna spray primer again. And I went to the Harbor Freight well one more time, got me just a regular old siphon gun that works off my compressor here, and we're gonna spray this thing down again with another 5 quarts of primer, and I think this thing's gonna come out looking pretty sharp. So we're getting close to the finish line, at least on the exterior. Got that second coat of primer on now, and y'all know the story. It's another day, another grit. We're gonna hit it with 320, then 600. I got a little bit of smoothing to do right in this area, but man, it's not bad. I can get that smoothed in pretty easily. But I mean, for the most part, how bad a shape this thing was in, I'm happy with it. I mean, this thing was as bad as it gets. I mean, and you can see a little bit of dimpling in the door, but not bad, not awful. Like up here, I kind of started roughing it in just to see what it looked like, and man, it's smooth. And if y'all remember, that's the area where there just is no car. That's all. We just sculpted it. So I'm happy with it. Hopefully this is my last day of sanding. I'm not planning on wet sanding this car when I'm done. Hopefully it comes out smooth enough with not a buttload of orange peel. But yeah, this is gonna be it. Definitely some of the stuff you're seeing is sanding dust, but man, I had an air compressor die and had to put another one on, and it was dry spraying a little bit out of the gun, and you know, it textured it a little bit, but man, it's nothing compared to the first gun, so this will be fine. I can handle all of this. So let's get to work, and I'll show you guys kind of what the finished product looks like before we start putting color on it. Well, here we are, folks. Last walk around before we're putting the white and the clear on it. So I do not have a setup in here to be able to film while I'm spraying. So y'all are just gonna take my word for it that everything goes super smooth. There's no issues, no bugs, no dirt. And as anyone that's ever painted anything knows, that's not true. But I got it pretty much as straight as possible. There's definitely some blue showing through here and there, but Luckily, like when you put that white on, it covers up just about everything. She's been acetone wiped down. She's ready to get sprayed, and I got the bumper set up back here too to take care of it, and the mirrors and handles. Tailgate gonna be a little bit tricky painting in the dark almost back here, but I might hang me a couple just battery lights so I can see a little bit better back here. But there she is. The old $2,000 El Camino has come a long way. It's got a full body. So let's go ahead and throw some color on this. All right, guys, here's our finished product. And man, this thing looks pretty slick. It ain't perfect, but compared to what it was, it's a showstopper. Man, got to get this thing out in the sun and kind of let the clear shine to really get the full effect. But I think, you know, for about, I don't know, $400 in paint supplies here, this is a total change that's worth it. And if you guys see, there's like a little bug or something right there, but that is not in the clear. It's just stuff that's kind of settled since I quit painting. This is the next day. This is kind of quite the process. If any of you guys have painted cars before, it's pretty much an all-day affair. Mixing, spraying. And the gun I got from Harbor Freight only held 20 ounces at a time, and that's not ideal for painting an entire car. And you guys remember, you know, this area over here, it was gone. Same spot on the other side, it was gone. And I mean, this looks pretty slick. All the quarters were rotten. Got the front bumper painted, mirrors, handles. Everything's been cleared, and you guys remember all the tailgate along the bottom. This is pretty much just me like sculpting a new tailgate for this. But this is gonna kind of be my step one final paint video. My next video, I'll go through bed liner, the whole bed, and kind of do a final assembly with the handles, the bumper. There's a few spots I gotta clean up. I wanna show you guys how to do that. So like, where is it at? Oh, see if I can catch it on camera. There you go. That'd be one of my hairs buried in the clear. No other spot did anything like that happen, but right there. So can't ever have anything 100% perfect. So there you go. But I'm gonna go ahead, I'll sand that hair out and polish it. I might end up having to sand the whole tailgate to kind of get it right, or just spray a little bit more clear. And this is that bumper filler piece that goes in the front that was missing when I bought the car. But man, I got a title on the way. It's painted. I'm gonna clean the interior of this thing up, and it's gonna get moved on down the road. So hopefully somebody wants to buy it or trade me something for it, because I'm always in the market for a good trade, especially if it's a car that could be worth more in the future than what I got. I don't care if it's running or not, but it's kind of been something I've done in the past. But yeah, man, I hope you guys like this. And when we get it out in the daylight, it's going to be a whole lot more clear of a picture, you know, how our paint job came out. But I mean, it's looking great. I'm super happy with it. And it is full chrome delete. The only thing left I gotta paint are the headlight buckets, and I got those out. I'll paint those later. My paint booth got water dripping in it because it is currently storming outside, and I guess my roof leaks too. So something else we gotta fix. But yeah, man, I hope you guys like this. There you have it for part one, I guess, of putting color on this thing. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and it kind of gives you just a little bit of a feel for if you have a car that's body's in bad a shape as this thing, kind of your steps you got to take to get it to there. And that's not any kind of show quality paint job, but you pull up anywhere in that thing, no one's ever going to take a look at it that close to kind of see any little tiny imperfections. That is definitely a paint job I'd be pretty happy with having on a daily driver. You get a rock chip, something like that, not a big deal. You paid, you know, $400 or $500 in material to get your paint to where it is there. And just a lot of sweat equity. I mean, that was 3 or 4 days of solid body work to get that car straight-ish. But man, I just want to thank everybody. And if you can, you know, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. It's growing. You know, it feels like every day it gets a little bit bigger, and I'm super happy about that. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that this turns into a really solid opportunity for me. But man, I thank everybody again for watching. And next time we're going to be putting the final touches on this thing, on the exterior. And it's one step closer to going on down the road to somebody else. But yeah, until you see me again, my next video, man, just go out and do something that makes you happy. Like putting some old El Camino back on the road and making it look nice, real nice.